Good morning. Sun. My back is giving me a problem this morning. It's Sunday, the 7th of August. It's 6:05 and it's 71 degrees. Some high clouds. Slight breeze. Well, we went to the Stoneville Club breakfast yesterday. It was fine. We forgot our cups. We like to bring insulated cups down to fill them up instead of using the styrofoam ones. This way we can have lots of coffee while we're there and pack up another cup to go home. We did take Flynn because it was still cool enough that he could stay in the truck because it was in the shade. And the sunroof open, the rear window open, all the other windows cracked a bit. We typically take, well, Rita gets she doesn't get biscuits with sausage gravy, she gets just a sausage gravy, and she likes to put that on top of her eggs. So they give her a bowl with way too much sausage gravy. So we bring that out to Flynn after we're done to let him have a little treat. On the way down to the breakfast at the Carroll Springfield line, somebody rolled their truck at a high rate of speed. Literally destroyed the truck. Surprised the guy wasn't killed, but he must have been high on something, because when they got him out of the truck, he was completely naked. And it was right by two guys I know houses. Gary and Mike. And they said when they got the guy out, he said, stand here in front of strangers and I'm naked. Not good, not good. So, I don't know what his case was. I'll get out of there. The two people that helped out at the breakfast cooking, Joe and can't remember the woman's name, husband and wife, said that guy almost ran them off the road earlier. He was doing about 80 miles an hour somewhere, wherever they're coming from. But fortunately he didn't drive into anybody's house, because Gary's house is right, 50 feet further east on the road. Close enough to the road that if the guy had driven off the road, he would have hit Gary's house. Mike's house is set back a little bit. But Springfield Fire was on the scene, directing traffic, waiting for the police to show up. The ambulance had already been there, come and gone, taking the driver to Penobscot Hospital. Anyway, enough about that. I had texted Jenny on the 5th asking whether she'd gotten back okay. She got back to me yesterday saying everything's fine. She was down in Bangor, I guess, shopping. Haven't seen her yet. She's here for, what, 3 more days, 2 more days? I don't know. Didn't do too much yesterday. I had been emailing DR Power about my busted driveway grader, the linear actuator that ripped apart on the mount that goes to the chassis. I had been searching unsuccessfully to find a replacement, and DR Power insisted on having the serial number to let me know whether I could buy a replacement linear actuator. I couldn't find it, and they finally told me where it was. It was on the inside of the housing that holds the battery. So having found that, I sent it to them with pictures of the broken actuator. And they said I was SOL. They don't make the part anymore. I have to buy a corded replacement actuator. The one I have now has a remote. You put on a lanyard around your neck where you just push the button up or down. This one, you have to replace everything and run a wire from the grader to your ATV, UTV, whatever. And that's $300 plus shipping and tax. So I figured let me try some JB Weld. Went out to the barn and put what I thought was a liberal amount of JB Weld on a surface. I have a block of wood I used to mix up JB Weld. and mixed it up, applied it, and turned out what I thought was a liberal amount was less than adequate, so I mixed up more, and have it sitting in a vise, letting it cure for a day or two before I try remounting it. Come on, Flynn. The ATV side-by-side ride didn't happen yesterday. I don't know whether they went without us because I told them we had the breakfast in the morning, or whether they just canceled it because it was going to be hot and dusty. I went around and pulled the secure digital chips out of the non-cellular cameras. I've got 3 of those, and I actually forgot where I put the 3rd one. I had moved it when I put the cellular cameras in place. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out where it was. I cruised around on the ATV looking for it, couldn't find it, so I looked at what was on each chip, and the only thing, very few critters. There was the fox that Rita had seen southeast of the house. That I think is the cause for the rabbits not being around, the hares. And there was 1 hare. So I formatted the chips just to clear out what was on, because there was a lot of motion, wind blowing, that kind of crap. And put them back in the cameras, and then took another ride around trying to find the missing camera, which I did find. And that was actually the one that had the picture, the video of the fox on it. So we had leftovers for dinner last night. We had brought more than half a pound of chicken tenders from Gilmore's home. I had been snacking on that, so there was enough left for 1-person meal. So Rita had that. There's some potato salad, some homemade potato salad, and there was a nice hunk of New York sirloin left, more than what I could eat for dinner. So I cut 1 piece up. That'll be good for a sandwich. Maybe I had that for lunch today. And the rest I cubed up. It had been perfectly cooked. It was rare. I like medium rare, but it was rare. And didn't want to overcook it. We had some Spanish rice and some fried onions, so I dumped the fried onions and Spanish rice in the container, heated that up, I took the cubed New York sirloin, put it in with the rice, and microwave that for like 30 seconds. Just to get some heat in the meat, a little more heat in the rice. Then I let it sit for 2 minutes to let the heat from the rice get into the meat. And that was delicious. The meat was still medium rare, nice and juicy, and I had trouble finishing it because I think there was a little over a cup of rice. That's cooked. So I don't know what your tastes are, but if you ever have some leftover New York sirloin and some Spanish rice, try heating it that way. I think you'll like it. I did have to trim a bunch of fat off the steak. So Flynn heated that up for Flynn, mixed it with his dog food, and he had chowed down a bowl beforehand. And I put the trimmings off the sirloin and a half a cup food. He chowed down on that too. So I know he has to take care of business, but he's struggling to find a suitable place this morning. And the 70 degree temperature and the humidity in the air has got me short saturated again. Piece of metal there I had to pick up before I puncture somebody's tire. Come on. Alright. Flynn's taking care of business, so we can go have coffee. That says the first deer fly is hovering around my head. Come, bud. It's Sunday. It's not hunting season, so you're not going to have a lot of people out here. And I guess church service is on for a couple hours. So, this morning's traffic report is light to no traffic. Nobody's commuting on Sunday, except for people who might be working at Hannaford or Raymond's, Smith's, and Aubuchon. S.W. Collins doesn't open on Sundays. Neither does Mallett's Mill, as far as I know. Let's go. Flynn is stalking something. I don't see it though. Wow, a bunch of apples fell off that tree. The one I picked up that had a beetle in it. Rita looked online, it's a Japanese beetle. I know that Collins and Tibbetts and Aubuchon are selling Japanese beetle traps. They haven't really been a problem here, but you see people along Route 6 always have these traps out. Boy. We have the air conditioning on overnight, one of them. It's supposed to be hot today. So I think when I go in, I'll turn the other one on. Upload this video. Already checked my cellular cameras. No pictures overnight. I was disappointed to see I can't take video with them. They're the same Fusion X Stealth Cam. Actually, Stealth Cam Fusion X being the model that I bought for Ralph. And Ralph's takes video, and all three of mine do not. I did a side-by-side comparison of his camera to mine, and oh, my back. All three of mine used old software, version 3 or version 0.5 or something, where Ralph is using version 20,000 something. So clearly there's two different cameras. Because I did do an upgrade, firmware upgrade on one of the three cameras. Because the application said it needed to do an upgrade. But the other two do not say it needs an upgrade, which I don't understand. But that's it. Maybe Stealth Cam will reply to my support request, but I doubt it. Last time I sent them a support request, it took them like 2 weeks to respond. I had sat on hold for hours. Well, maybe an hour. Over 3 calls. So, needless to say, I do not recommend Stealth Cam. And I'll probably try and sell mine. Thanks for watching.